Hello everyone, how are you all doing? This is Yix here at Magna Crypto, back again for another video. In today's video I'm going to be mentioning a very special coin that has huge potential, and also we're going to be looking over the news. So stick around and let's get this show on the road. Run this intro. So first we have a very interesting project relating to Polkadot and Kusama, and that is a project called Bounce. So they are set to become the first decentralized marketplace to host Polkadot and Kusama parachain slot auction Crowdloans. So decentralized swap marketplace Bounce Finance will become the first marketplace to host DOT and KSM parachain auctions, it is said in a release today. So for those of you that don't know, with Polkadot, you have something called parachains, which are these slots basically where you're given permission to build on the Polkadot network, and you have to gain this slot through an auction process. And there are 100 slots available. So now comes in Bounce. So candidate projects can stake their own DOT or KSM tokens and or incentivize community members to lock their DOT or KSM through crowd loans. Community members who participate in the crowd loans of the project they support will lock their DOT or KSM for a period of 6, 12, 18 or 24 months and receive incentives in the form of project tokens and or any other incentives. Hence, to attract crowd loan funds, project teams must take this opportunity cost into consideration and bring appropriate incentives to the table. At present, crowd loans are currently offered by centralized exchanges and are subject to counterparty risks. So Bounce Finance solves this as its decentralized, crowd-funded solutions, offers crowd loans while terminating third-party risk. This has made the project the front runner for decentralized Kusama and Polkadot crowd loans. So the first candidate projects and more details on how to participate are expected to be announced in a few days. Very exciting. More details are coming out about Polkadot and Kusama, and I think most of us are just very excited to wait until the actual auctions, the parachains go live. So very exciting news for sure. Moving on to the next article, we are looking at Polygyon or Matic, and if you've been following Matic, it's been absolutely smashing it in the last few months since it changed to Polygyon and since it updated its roadmap and what it wants to achieve. It is now getting very close to that $1 level. Just this month alone, it's gone up 150%, which is insane. It's definitely been the stand-up performer during this month. So the ongoing capital rotation into all things Polygyon is showing no signs of abating. The layer 2 scaling solution is attracting capital inflows at an astronomical rate, as evidenced by the recent sharp rise in total value locked through $1.5 billion. Scaling refers to increasing the throughput of the system as measured by TPS. Layer 2 scaling solutions facilitate faster and cheaper transactions by running sidechains or alongside the main Ethereum blockchain. Demand for these projects has picked up in the wake of network congestion and high transaction cost on Ethereum's blockchain, while with prominent DeFi protocols like Aave announcing integration with Polygyon earlier this month. So essentially, I mean, the article continues, but because of Ethereum's extremely high transaction cost, it has increased the demand for a lot of sidechains. It's increased the demand for a lot of other blockchain projects. So the longer this high transaction cost stays at this level, the more demand there is going to be for these other projects. So Matic or Polygyon is massively benefiting from Ethereum's inefficiencies, and this is most likely going to continue until Ethereum 2.0, and they said it's going to be later this year, but we've had many different dates for that. So Polygyon is doing very well. It's going to probably continue to do well. Some further developments with PayPal and Coinbase. Now you can purchase crypto using PayPal, which is of course very nice to see. But as it says, read the fine print, The issue with this is there's much higher fees using PayPal. Although it's easy, you're going to end up paying a lot more fees. So if you end up using PayPal, make sure that it is one transaction as opposed to a number of transactions, because you'll end up paying a lot more in fees as opposed to using just a normal bank. So be very careful with that. Of course, it's a positive thing, but on the flip side, paying more fees is definitely not positive. So now let's move to the most important part of this video, and that is covering Sifchain, the altcoin pick that I want to share with you guys. Some of you might already know it. It had a relatively large launch. A lot of people were talking about it, but the reason why I'm mentioning this now is because it's at a very nice discount. So firstly, let's go through what it actually is. So the world's first Omni Chain decentralized exchange. So going into a little bit further, SIF represents the collaborative nature of the blockchain industry and the lush rewards that can be found in cultivating connections between multiple other chains. The vision of her moving gracefully through her fields, harvesting a bountiful array of crops, the culmination of her hard work and forethought is what we strive to reproduce in our work of Sifchain. So what is it? It is an omni-chain solution for DEXes, more performant, more robust crypto economics for trading and security, more flexible trading capabilities, an extensible omni-chain roadmap, and an eventual true DAO governance. Sifchain is the future of DeFi. Very, very big claims, and I think it could rise to the occasion. So what is a true omni-chain DEX? Sifchain will support cross-chain transactions for 20 to 25 of the top blockchains such as Bitcoin, Binance Chains, Polkadot, and EOS. These blockchains represent the overwhelming majority of all cryptocurrency trading volume. Built with the Cosmos SDK, shout out to Cosmos. There's a reason why I'm a big fan of them. Sifchain processes substantially more transactions per second than Ethereum, making it 100 times more efficient than the current leading DEXes. This equates to faster trades and lower fees. Very, very important, especially after what we spoke about with Polygon. The reason why Polygon is doing so well is because of the high transaction fees in Ethereum. Connect continuous liquidity pools. The CLP is our primary financial primitive. Liquidity providers can earn income by providing liquidity in these pools. Swappers can send a transaction to a liquidity pool and trading tokens they have for those on the other side. So this is the roadmap. They've completed the Jan 21 roadmap, basically launching the token, some staking, swaps, voting governance. This is the more interesting one, Q1 2021 IBC protocol, inter-blockchain communication, which is the very important protocol on Cosmos, which allows transfer between any token on the Cosmos in the Cosmos ecosystem. It's going to be huge, or it's already been launched, and quite a few projects have already integrated with it. So imagine a project like this integrating with that. Margin trading, additional peg zones, and SIFDAO will be launched in Q1. So there's going to be a lot of value unlocking in this quarter, Q2, limit orders and additional peg zones. These are some of the partners that have partnered with Sifchain, notably Alameda Research. I spoke about them in the last video. TRG Capital, GenBlock. So you can just picture a DEX that is able to transact, that is basically available to the top 20 to 25 blockchains. Think of Uniswap, which is only for Ethereum, but for all blockchains, or for the big ones anyway. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to get to that market cap, but it's got a good chance if it does well. Now, let's look at it on CoinGecko. Currently trading at 56 cents. The 24-hour trading is quite low, I'll be very honest, at 753,000. It's a bit worrying, I would say. However, it's still very early on in its roadmap. The all-time low is 25 cents, so only 25 cents from the point now, and the all-time high is at $1.41. So it's almost 3x from this point right now, just under 3x. So even if just to get back to all-time high, you're making a good return. But a project like this, you can really imagine it doing very, very well if it achieves some level of success. Now, if it ends up being used, if it becomes one of the dominant decentralized exchanges, you can imagine how successful it will be. So it's definitely worth a small bag at the very least. Now, that is my unsolicited, unprofessional advice. So of course, do with that what you may. Having a quick look at the charts. Now, there's only available the pairing of eROWAN, which is the token, and wrapped ETH. And at the moment, potentially it could be bottoming out right here. So this could be a good point to get involved. Now, of course, it's not showing, it could be double bottom, but it's still very early on. It's just showing some green right now. You can't say it's bottom out just yet. So it could go further down and find a bottom somewhere below. But, as I said, a small bag is worth it for the potential for it to start rising. Look at the rest of the market quickly. Bitcoin is doing well. It is now at 57k. For me, it got past a very important level as well, which is this previous high at around 55, 56k, which equates to some support levels, turn resistance. So now we are at the next level, which is previous high at 57k. So if you get smashed past there, then by all means, it's gonna start going up, back on the bull mode essentially, and we're gonna see Bitcoin doing wonders once again. Ethereum is doing lovely, making all-time high 2,800. One of our targets, as I've said, which equates to 2 times Ethereum's previous market cap. Lastly, we'll have a quick look at perpetual token. Since it bottomed out at $6.10, it's done very, very well. Seems to have done a double bottom, so I think it could easily reach back to that $9 level where it got rejected from initially. It may just consolidate and use this level as support for it to start kind of moving up in the upwards direction. So if you haven't got into this project, I've mentioned it before, it's definitely worth a small bag as well. Unsolicited, unprofessional advice. Don't come at me if you end up getting you're holding a red bag. So that'll be the end of this video. Just a quick breakdown at the end. Do have a look at Sifchain. It's definitely worth a look, at least, if not a small bag. But that'll be all for this video. Hopefully you got some value from this, and see you in the next one. Peace.